Okay, so I am working on a song right now that I've started. It was actually a flip, and I'm going to finish it probably in here just because I'm only going to use, unfortunately, my sample that I made. It's the only one that appeals to me personally, so might as well just use it and build a couple other samples around it. So that's what I'll be doing today. I'm going to turn my iPad on so I can watch, so I can actually see if you say something in the chat. So that's what we're working on today. All right, so I'm starting. This is not keys, actually. This is guitar. So we're going to rename this. Let's start with that. Guitar, main, guitar, melody. I am a firm believer that you need to rename all this stuff. I'm just going to put melody over here. That's fine by me. Change this to pink. And this one we'll rename to, oops, messed that up. Jeez Louise, I can't type today for some reason. Melody. And this one's just going to be called guitar. So that way, if I want to do another guitar part, I can put it on here. If I just want to do another melody, I can have it on here. I'm keeping them separate. I got pocket drums here. See what's going on. Is this thing playing? Let me see. Yep, should be good there. Let me see why oh, I have these muted. That's why. There we go. Which kit is this? I'm gonna put something else on here. Oh, I like this kit. It's not too bad. Let me see. I don't like that crackle. Let's go to the sequence. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. All right, cool. We'll go to the drums last. I'm really not worried about drums that much. All right, we got to build these other parts. So that's the key here, is working on this other. So let's listen to what we got so far. Okay, one thing I need to do is figure out what scale I'm in because I completely forgot when I made this. Can't remember what in the world the scale was. So we're going to record into here. We want that guitar to go in and see if it can detect the MIDI. Hit the record. Okay, cool. So C sharp, major, boom. I knew it sounded major because it's brighter, so that automatically was kind of telling, but whatever. Cool. So we got that. So we know at least what the key is. I want to lock the key in. At least then I can reference it, if I need it. So that's the key, is reference the key. All right, so now let's come up with an intro for this. So I'm gonna put this down maybe like around here or maybe here. That's fine because that's the main riff that will go through the song. And then we will go back to the beginning up here on this one and come up with something that I can play. All right, so we need to know what is the key. We already got it. It's right here. Just locking in on here so we can see. It's all the black keys and the C and the F. All right. Oops. MIDI capture. What thing? So let's see what we did here. I'm actually going to change originally I did this in 88 BPM. We're going to do it in 96 because I like the flow of it better, which is fine. So we're just changing that. That's going to be the intro. We already finished it. Here's the body of the work. We'll put this melody portion maybe here, and then we'll duplicate this portion. So now we have 16 bars instead of 8, and the melody will only play on this particular portion here. Now, anybody else that got this loop, because this is for a Beatcast, they got it with both of these together. The benefit is I made the loop, so I can actually use it without it or with it, and it'll be just fine. I really hate this plug I have for my headphones, but it's the only one I have right now. What's good, Crazy Wabbit? So yeah, we're working on a song for the Beatcast. I originally made this sample here, which is actually me playing the guitar on Ample Sound using a nylon string. So what I'm doing is just going in and making more samples basically with the guitar so that I can have a lengthier song. That's all I'm doing. So this is going to be the main section. This is the guitar intro here. So I'm going to label this. I like to label stuff just so I know what in the world I was doing. You could go in and color sequence and put it at a different color too. That helps you to be able to visualize it. Um, if I do that, sometimes I like to stay in the same family of colors. So you can see this one's a little lighter, but it's still blue. That way I don't get confused. And then these are labeled guitar main, guitar intro. I might do a bridge, which actually would be good. So I'm probably going to build another guitar part that's different. And then I'll make an outro. And to me, if I get it around 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes or something like that, it's perfectly fine by me. So what I might do is just go ahead and duplicate these out. That's perfect. If I want to do a bridge, I would throw a bridge here or an outro. Um, or I might throw the bridge in between. So let's do a bridge in between. It's been a while since I've done that, I feel like. So what we'll do is you see how I'm structuring the song right away so that I don't have to guess what's going to be where. I'm just building it already. So we'll build a bridge for here, which will be like 8 bars that are different. And then we'll put an outro right here, which will be the end. So we'll build some, I can do the outro now because it doesn't need to be, it's just going to be whatever I make up right at the moment. And notice a lot of people can't do this without drums right away. I get that, but the internal drum that exists within you sometimes is fine. And we are doing this at 96 now. So I'm going to turn the metronome on it. That's how I would do if you're going to do a part that you want for sure on time with some drums. If you don't care, like my intro, I never care if it's on time with the drums. Doesn't matter to me. It's just an intro. I'm going to do the outro the same way internally, and then I'll use the drums or use some type of click for the middle section here, which will be like a bridge. All right, so let's do this outro. I'm just going to mess around till I find what I want. Since I know the key, I can play pretty much whatever I want because I kind of know. So let's see. We're going to come off of. Oh, let me think. Nope. Mm-mm. So I'm just playing until I find something. Oops. All right, I like that. So let's put this here and MIDI capture. There it is. So that's what I just played. We're going to test it. I'm going to just use this. Cool. So it's a little different. This could actually be a good little outro piece right here. I'm going to actually let this linger a little bit longer. There we go. Perfect. So that's going to be the outro. Oops, messed that up. You want to, after you finish it, zoom in a little bit just to see if everything lines up where you want it to be. This should be 8 bars, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. I can count. Hey, join it. Make sure there's no end piece there. Oops. Sorry, guys. Oops. Where did my... Sorry about that. All right. So there's the outro portion that I played. This is... make sure this is right. Just lining up the parts as I figure them out and make them. I like to leave a little bit of space. Let me see. On the end, usually like a bar or less, just so that it doesn't, it has time to breathe to let the listener. Let's check this intro out again. Perfect. All right. Consolidate it. Once you do it, Command J. Same thing over here. I need to consolidate this end. Command J. And now we need to work on the bridge, or the middle section that kind of just links these two parts together. And then I'm letting the melody, this additional melody portion, be the intro. I mean, not the intro, the kind of like a chorus. And then we'll build that part, and then we'll go back and work on the drums, which I'm not so much worried about because I can just use some pocket drums. It's fine with me. Now, I was told by the developer of Pocket Drums, he reached out on one of my videos where I made a comment about you can't change the BPM, because I was looking right here and he said that you actually can, but I don't remember how he said. So I'm not sure if you turn off sync and then it works, or is it this turn off sync? Ah, okay. So it's this slider next to sync. The reason why I say this is important, it's not really important, but I mean, why I feel it's important is because let's say I want the drums to go at a different tempo. Like right now, they're set at 105. That's too, first of all, 105 is way too fast. And that's not what I want the tempo to be of this song. So I'm going to drop the tempo back down to 96, which is where I did find it to be the most enjoyable. So we'll go back to 96. That's the beauty of working with MIDI. If I was doing this with audio, obviously you play it and you get what you get, but I can adjust with the MIDI, which is kind of nice. So let's listen to this outro again. Cool. All right, so let's listen to these drums. So the one thing I don't want to do this time around is I don't need 16ths on these. Same thing over here. I'm going to get rid of the 16ths. I want to do something a little different. I could play this in, it'd probably be easier, but not as easy as just drag and drop MIDI, right? So now if I, let's play it around here. So I'm gonna actually play these drums in, I think. Well, I could just MIDI drop. Let me just do that. So right now they're set to not sync. I'm gonna put them back at, I didn't have them as sync. I was just showing you guys you can adjust this by turning the sync off. But let's sync them together. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit too. It's probably easier to see. So okay. Make my life easier. I'm just gonna drag and drop this stuff. So MIDI, just grab it. This is on number 3. We're gonna drop it here. And then what I'll do is we'll have it play, we'll just do that over 4 and then go MIDI. Cool. And then now we have a basic little pattern here. We'll join. So cool. And then just duplicate it twice. Done. If we want to fill, which I probably would use, not, we'll do it. We'll add one in. So let's do it right now. All right. So MIDI, we'll just use this fill. It's fine. There. We just need to adjust the length of this down here. Pretty basic stuff here. And we'll put this fill over here. I need to zoom in though when I do this, because this fill is only going to take up about half of this. This is the cheapskate's way of playing, of getting some drums done. And then what I would do is just extend this pattern out. Let's see. There we go. So start it here. There we go. So we'll get rid of this. And let's just make my life a little bit easier. We're just going to connect this, basically join them together. And now we have our 16, or I should say 8 bars of drums. Now you can do this with any drums or any drum pieces or parts or whatever. I'm just using pocket drums just because I find it a little bit easier. And I actually like the drums, they sound pretty good. I'm going to throw a color limiter on this. Boom, that gives it a little saturation right there. Sounds good. And since I know this is basically double the bars, we're going to hit Option, grab these over, throw them there. Now we just got to come up with a, let me get rid of these stupid time signature things that I don't need. Now all we need to do is just build a middle part here, and then I can work on the bass. And we're moving along quite well. I'm going to throw some other stuff in here. It's not going to be the same all the way through. I need to come up with another lead of some sort. So we'll figure all that out. But the basis of the song is almost already done. I got to name this actually. So guitar outro. Okay, so this is more structured type song. My usual way, when I'm doing something ambient or whatever, it's not going to be like this, right? It's going to be I don't really do all this extra structure. But for today, since we're working kind of with structured sample that I made, we're building different sample parts for that. And then we're going to add some texture over this to give it a little variation. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So we're going to use, let me see what's in here in this park. I'm looking for, here we go. Oops. We're just going to take some sample from the park. Maybe not that one. Let me find another one. I don't want nothing with protesting in it for sure. No, I'm looking through to see if there's the forest. That'll work. Just putting something in here to give it some character. We'll fade it out like that. Some people just use vinyl crackle, which is fine too. Turn it down really low. And I'm gonna take this out. Don't feel it. I haven't done songs with this much structure in a while, so it feels kind of awkward even doing it. But for the sake of this song, I'm gonna make it happen. So I don't really make songs like this too much anymore. Most of the time but I'm gonna work with it. All right, so let's see what can we do for some chords for like a bridge. Oops. So hold on. Oops. So what I'm doing is just coming up with some different. You can see it down here what I'm playing, but just coming up with. So something that's gonna vary here. That's gonna be a little different. I want it. I don't want it to be exactly the same, but stay in the same family. I guess that's the way to put it. Let's see. I'm actually gonna make a duplicate copy of this. This way I can play free and not have so much of the headache of having to do all this adjusting. So we're gonna get rid of this, get rid of this. All right, so I can start it like here and then come out. See. Yeah. Well, playing free is the best way to, I mean, every song has people to sit down and they, for the most part, unless you're just taking some samples and chopping, if you're playing, you're typically more free to find where you want to go. But when I say playing free, I just mean I'm not caught between these boundaries. If I mess up and I record over these parts, then I have to fix that. And I'm not trying to have that headache. So I'm just playing free with having this space open here. Right now, I'm just trying to find out what I'm gonna even play. I like this. Oops. Speaking of, I gotta lock it and press this one. There we go. All right, so. Oh, I like that. Okay. Let me do that. Hold on. Try it again. Give me a little more space. Let's go back here. All right. So a little bit off on that end, but I kind of like where I was going. So let me do this. It didn't change the tempo because hopefully we played with a decent tempo. Let's look here. Probably could have kept playing there. I might go and play this again just to. I like kind of where I was at here, but I feel like it's still not exactly where I want to be. So I have to fix it a little bit. Part of it could be the timing, but I'm not. Because I feel like this should be right around here. And yet this needs to be here. Let me see what that sounds like. Yeah, the timing's off. Okay, we're gonna play it again. I can work on the timing. I'm gonna put a click so that way we stay on the 96 and I'm not, but internally I kind of know where I'm at. Oops. So that you can see, at least you can follow along what I'm playing down here. All right, so. Okay, so. Okay, I'm ready. Oops, messed up. messed up again, but I do like where I was at. So let's keep that first part at least till right about there, I think. Okay, cool. There's one note in here I heard that should be out. Command J, we consolidate that portion, delete this top. And we're going to play the next section here, which is pretty much the same pattern. And I'm going to conclude with a small part that's a little different to lead back into the next main part here. So we will start playing. I'm going to hit the record this time. Oops. Nope. Hit record again. There it is. Nice. Go into here. These two last notes need to be adjusted. Right here, just bring them back within the space. I'm going to zoom in just to make sure. Command J. So we consolidated. Now it's there. We'll consolidate again because we're going to put these two parts together. And then we'll label it. Rename guitar. We'll call it the bridge. It's bridging these two parts together again, even though technically they just could be looped, whatever. Not bad. Could use some work, but whatever. It's not terrible. I feel like when this one comes in, it's a little, I don't know if the time is slightly late or off, but let me just listen. So I'm going to fix what I think I'm hearing, I'm going to pull this note a little bit before the line. Just a little bit. See how this one's a little bit before? Just this one may be too early, but I don't want to. I'm going to trust my own, play right there. That sounds better already. Pull that one back just a hair, and that should be good. I'm cool with that. All right. So there's the bridge. And then the bridge could have like its own extra thing, like drum. It's separate from the main drums that we do. But we'll see when we get there if we want to do that. I'm gonna turn the metronome off now. We should be pretty good timing wise. And let's see where we are at now. right, so the bridge is gonna have its own, and then I'll have one that plays through the main portion. So we only need to come up with 16 bars, but I'll probably play 16 for the verse and bridge, and then play this 8 separate, just so that it sounds different, I guess. So let me think of what we're gonna do for the bridge. I'll do it first, and then we'll work on this portion here. So let's play. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep it really simple since there's not a lot going on in this bridge. Something like that. Let me see. Hold on, let me see something here. So the key notes in here is C sharp, so yes. And then that's A sharp, which is B flat. So that's the two notes pretty much through the whole thing here. So we'll just keep this bridge part simple. Here we go. Okay, that's it for the bridge. Simple bass, consolidated, should be pretty good. I don't want it to be real busy because we might put something over it. So notice I'm using the other note. So it's only two notes, right? So I'm using the A sharp sometimes as an accent note before I hit the C. So that's what I'm doing here. Doom, doom, right? That time I didn't use it. Right there I did. So right here, this note feels a hair bit off. There we go. That's off. This one's off. So that one's fine. Maybe like that. And we're gonna adjust here. So there we go. Perfect. And then we'll go into the bridge to the main one. There's no such thing as perfect. I just say that, by the way, in case you haven't figured that out. All right, so now we need to play something for the main parts, and it needs to be moving, I feel like, with this song. Or simple, let me see. So in this one, the chords change. There's 4 different chords as far as I remember. So we have C sharp to B sharp or A flat. Then we go to A sharp. And I'm learning what chords I'm playing. This is really easy. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So here's the keys, right? It's literally just, hold on. Why is this thing not? Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Let me find the key chord thing in here so you can see what I'm playing. It'll help. It kind of helps you to visualize it. I mean, obviously you can hear it, but where is that thing? Keyboard. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. Keyboard monitoring. Yay, we found it. All right, so lock the keys, send it down, give me 49. All right, there you go. So it's literally here. That's it, those 4 notes. So then we just find a pattern that we like to go with those 4 notes. Now, whether I play an octave or not, or keep it the same, so I could just could start here. Right? Or I could go, or whatever, play octaves or play fifths. That's up to me. I'm gonna fill it out. That's the way you play free, is just fill it out. I don't know if you ask me what genre this is. I have no clue. Um, Originally, this guitar riff here was what I played, right? And I just was playing it. I have no clue. It's just acoustic type nylon string music. It could be pop, maybe. I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe like a pop song. Maybe it's not anything that I normally would make, but I did it, so I'm just kind of rolling with it, putting something over it. I mean, of course, once you put the drums, it's kind of inspirational sounding in some ways. So yeah, it's hard to describe. But we're just gonna finish it just for the sake of it. If I don't like it in the end, no big deal. Scrap it, move on. Um, but yeah, I can't really say I know what style it is, to be honest with you. Let's just do that. Let's see if we can. All right. Headphones falling off my head, everything. All right. So there it is. Just played it real quick. MIDI captured what I played, and there it is. Take your first take. Sometimes it just works out. If it's too bassy, like this part might be a little, just shift up, and then you can move the octave. And then that's another thing. Like, you don't have to play each time the same. I mean, as long as you're playing, this is, hold on 1 second. Spam calls. Anyway, I don't understand that, but it is what it is. So you could do this one, leave it here if you want, or put it up. Let's just see how that sounds. So yeah, we could rock with that. I mean, it's fine. Again, I wish I could tell you what music type this is, but I really don't know. Some stuff is obvious that it's like, oh, that is definitely pop, or that is boom bap, or that is, this one just don't even really, I don't know, just doesn't scream anything in particular to me personally. Okay, and then we're just gonna duplicate it, make it simple. So song structure is pretty simple. Intro, guitar, the main for the guitar. This one has a main melody that goes on this part, which sounds like. I'm going to turn the snares down because I feel like the snares might be a little bit too loud. So if we click on snare, I'm just going to pull it down just a hair. So it's not. This is not a mixing session. Just so you guys know, I'm not mixing the song right now by any means, but volume adjustments is a slight form of mixing. So you could just, move it around. So. Not the best bass line I've ever played, obviously. A whistle in the back. Thank you, loading shorts. Yeah, I definitely do that. I haven't even got to the melody or to a lead or anything like that. But yeah, I might put something in the background. Just building the basic portions of the track real quick. And then after that, I can go back and fine tune and add in little leads and whatever. Like I may use Arturia's one of their special, what do they call those things? Augmented series to find some type of lead. Sometimes that'll work. Like the woodwinds, go into it, you type. And then sometimes you can find something in here. Not that one. Or Pigments might have one. Ooh, this stuff is too much. Nope, so we won't be using that. Let's go here. Let's go back to explore. And to the sound banks. Nope, that's not where I want to be. Go to home. So we could search for things like he said, whistle. You could, like, what is this? Whistler. Oh, I'm not going to buy one right now just to get a whistle. That's crazy. But anyway, we'll see. I'm not 100% sure where I'm at right now. I want to try to make sure everything else is locked in. Appreciate you. Thank you, loading shorts. All right. Let's go back. Figure out what's next here. We might use. I'm going to play around and figure out what I want to use. I don't have a specific thing in mind. I do like using Myth a lot. You could drop a sample in Myth and use it. I'm going to see if there is a preset or something that speaks to me by using the browser. And we'll take a look at all the packs I have, which are all there. And let's see if there is a lead. Could use a flute, I guess. Sometimes I'll drop a sample in and then just use that. Come up with some. Eesh. Let's try something natural because this sounds real too synthy for me right now. I don't know why. I don't feel like it fits this song at all, but whatever. Spitfire Audio. We could try the original Rare Flutes, see if one of those will work. Let's just play and see what comes up. I feel like it needs to be long. This is too bright. Turn the volume down. Now, one thing I've said in the past, and I'll still live by it, is you do not force a sound. If it just doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Wait till you find the right sound for it. So we can pull Omnisphere open here. Let's see. Maybe we'll find a sound in Omnisphere that is actually moving, and I have a ton of them. So, I mean, it's not complicated. It's just finding the right one. We definitely will not be using all that. Let's see if we go with all the directories. We can just search. And I'm thinking, what should we go with? We could try the wind section. Let's see if let's just try a whistle since he said a whistle. Why not? See if there's anything that populates. Okay. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Let's just mess around, see what it comes up with. We'll figure it out. It's a little, let me check the effects. This is verb. I'm going to turn this verb down. Doesn't hit. Not that whistle sound for sure. Let's keep looking. Maybe this one from a distance. Whistling in the darkness. Nope. Let's turn on MPE just so it doesn't drive me crazy. This is probably the best one I've heard so far. Let's see if we can make it work. That's a little kid whistling on there. It's funny. And they have the filter all the way down, which makes sense in my mind. This might be where a sample actually comes in handy. I'm not really feeling this whistle here, but a sample of someone whistling and pitched right and might come into. This one's a little airy for me for some reason. Wonder if there's a way I can see. This is where understanding this plays a vital role because I'm not a sound designer, but in my mind, this one has too much air going on, and I'm not sure if that's because of this with all this reverb they have in here. Let me turn off. Yeah, it's just really airy. When I go, that's when I'm playing down on the lower end. I'm trying to, and then it gets to be a little different. I don't know. I'm not feeling it, but it was worth a try for sure. Here comes Lassie. Yeah, that's funny. Definitely don't want Lassie coming on this one, but let's just see what we come up with. Maybe we go back to something like a guitar or something. Here comes Lassie. That's hilarious, though. A violin or something. Violin sounds okay. Again, it needs to hit and I need to feel it. When I feel it, it'll happen, but I don't force. Let's see. Let's try guitar. Why not? Won't hurt to try. I'm thinking we'll just go with a 335. Why not? I mean, we're already using a nylon string for this. Speaking of, let's copy here. Let me just go grab one from up here. Keyboard. This is easier for you guys to be able to see what's going on. We'll do 49. All right, so let's just see where we want a solo or something in here. Maybe we put a different amp on it. Let's go get a UAD amp. Let's add an amp into it just to see if that helps. Let's find a preset with a little bit of overdrive, R&B. I don't like that. Turn off this. Let's just mess around, see what comes up with. Just play. go into the settings in here. Give me 1 second to turn off this delay. Yep, the delay is on. It's like a little slap back delay. Turn this reverb down. All right, let's see. I'll just mess around with that, see if that triggers it for me. Kind of like I kind of like the idea of soloing over this bridge portion. So what I was just playing there here, let's take a peek at what I was playing. I kind of know what I was doing, but I just want to show you. And we'll find a spot to, like, let's say start here. Let's start there. Hold on. Okay, that's not bad actually. Let me go in and maybe tweak a few notes here or there. Shorten that up a little bit. Okay. Bring that volume down. I actually like that. We'll keep that. So that'll be the bridge. And then maybe we play some more guitar on the outro, maybe. Let's see what the outro sounds like. I kind of like the outro being subtle. Maybe we'd leave it. Let me just see if there's something across this body of work here that I'll do. Again, I'm not going to force it. If it's not there, it's not there. I like this though so far, so this is good. Let's rename it. Guitar lead. Highly suggest renaming this. I didn't even name this stuff here, so we're gonna rename bass. And I like to put main for some reason on these. Rename bass main. Now what you can do is go in and I've shown this before where you can tweak the velocities and it'll sound slightly different. But for now, I'm just going to leave that bass, bridge, not bridger. That's funny. We'll just call it bass bridge. And these are, again, main. So we'll delete these and just save ourselves some time from having to copy. From having to label so much and just drag these over. Now, here's what I was talking about. If you go into, let's say here, and you want these to vary a little bit, just select all and have them deviate a little bit. Same thing here. Go in and select, well, select all. Maybe these deviate a little less. And then maybe in this one, you do select all, deviate a little more, and leave the first one alone. So now there's deviation. Anything that's different, obviously, you played it separate, that's fine. But the other portions you wanted to have a little variation as if you played it again, where you didn't just create a loop, then that's the way I would do it personally. All right, on this outro, we're going to color it a little bit different, primarily just so you can see that it's something different happening there. So I'm staying in the shade of blue. The bridge, it's on its own track, so we could, let's see, what is this color? No, let's leave it. We'll leave it that color. It's fine. All right, cool. So all of that's done. You got your guitar here. We're going to go back and see if there's something we can place over here. And the most important thing out of all of this is save it. So we are going to collect and save. That way, anything, if you have audio anywhere, it'll save that too. And now we'll go and see if there's some more guitar parts we can do. So we're going to duplicate this track. This way the bridge has its own space. We're just doing this for space purposes. You don't need all these tracks to do this. And if you have a slower computer or something that's not like an M1 or better, because it's an M1 I'm on, and you don't need this many tracks, then just do everything on one track and just use colors to distinguish them. That way you don't have so much of this what is this called? I'm trying to say. That way you don't have so many tracks with using too many plugins. Okay, another thing is I'm going to duplicate the bass and I'm going to do a slide in on the bass guitar. That way we get something here, because I could use drums and do like a drum fill at the beginning, but I'm just going to use a bass. All right, so let's go here. This is Trillion. The beauty of it is go into a muted jazz bass, and we're going to grab a effects right there. Perfect. And now we'll just come here. Hold on. I could slide in with a guitar, but I'm going to use the bass. Something like that. So let's listen to it. Nope. Try it again. It's a lot of. We're going to use that one. All right, I'm going to draw this one in so I can adjust the timing. Shift Command M creates a MIDI clip. See it right here. And then you can find the note that you want. There it is. And I can tell you now that if we zoom in, it's right around the middle section here. So we want to start it at right there. Oops. Something like that. But you can, if you want, you can throw it off a little bit. Try that. That way it's not perfect time. You know, when everything don't need to sit right on the grid, right? I'm going to extend this note a little bit longer. Up here on the piano. Cool. And there it is. So if you don't like this, then you can use a fill, which means you could go into pockets here, maybe pick one of these empty spaces and draw yourself in a fill or play a fill in if you want. Use this. Let's just use a drum roll. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, but I did. So we started so find that note. I'm going to start with it here. See if that works. Feels like it needs to be here. Or maybe it just starts here. Start it back a little bit. So it's up to you. I'm going to take this off. I don't care for it. I'm going to leave this one. You could also do things like have your drummer use the sticks and count you in with a stick. So I'm going to show you that real quick. These are just different ideas and ways that you can do it. So if you have, I'm going to use some drum samples that I have in here. And this thing called Real Drum that I found on YouTube for free. Somebody was giving it away. And in here, there are sticks. I like this one. So I'm going to take one, plant it like right here, and then duplicate it. Hold on, let me zoom in so you can see. Now this is just dropping it right onto the track. Like that. There. And so like this is like somebody taking sticks and counting in. 3, 4. Just like that. Purple. Prince. Purple. That's why I did that. Let's do this one purple. So I heard something in here, which is okay if I leave it, but I'm not. It's this little note here. I'm going to remove it for now. And let's see. I'm going to extend this note to like here. So we're going to. That better. Cool. Go up, file, and collect and save. Okay, cool. So now we have our count in. We use the drumsticks to kind of give us a count in on that portion. And then there's the outro. And the only thing left would be find some type of, either I can put a lead in or I could just leave it the way it is. You know, it's up to me actually at this point. I'm going to see what I want to play. Let's just mess around with some more guitar. This song is more guitar driven than anything else, right? Because bass guitar, nylon string guitar, and then electric guitar. There's no keys in it. So technically I could put some keys, but I'm not, since I've already made it this far. All right, so let's see here. I feel like it's too much though. Now doing another guitar feels like it's super repetitive after I mean it's already repetitive, but so I'm gonna leave the guitar only on that bridge and then let's just leave it where it's at and we'll find something else to fit that other spot. So we'll hit collect and save. Make sure you save a lot because when you're working on a DAW, you never know if it's gonna crash or something. Doesn't do it often, but it happens. And then you'll lose a piece of your work and you'll be mad. So let's see, that's fine. We could put let's put a audio effect, a color limiter on those sticks. Put a little saturation on them. It gives them a little, what I call life, little feeling. There we go. Yep. Cool. All right, so let's play toward the end and see if there's something we want to put over here. I'm just moving around. Let me listen to it. Let me hear that again. All right, I'm turning this down. It's not the greatest outro ever, obviously. Could be better. May want to do something a little different. I'm unsure at the moment, but so far everything else I think is fairly where I want it to be. I might mess around and see if I come up with another part on this outro. So if I'm gonna do it, I like to do it over here where it's not in the way. Let me think. Wish I would have done that when I was playing so I didn't remember or I could remember what I played. Let me see. Oh, you know what? You guys should be able to see what I'm playing. So here we go. Wait, where was I? So, so no. Let me listen to this. Okay, so I'm using C sharp 2. Okay, so there we go. try something over here. Mm, okay, I like a little bit of that. Let me. That last part could be a little better. Do, 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 do. Let me see if I can just capture just that moment. Oops. I'm gonna keep this. I want to play over here. Just want that. Okay. I don't want to extend this because right now this is just a bar, so we're gonna extend it out to here. All right. And then I might go over here and replace. Let me see if it goes here with. All right, verses. Let's hear what's. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars. So maybe we can. I'm gonna mess around till I figure it out. It's just an outro, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Let's see what something like this sounds like. I don't like that. All right, so let's see here. I'm gonna move this over here. Command J, and we're gonna use this as the outro instead. Let's see what this sounds like. Play back here. Come on. I actually like it better. So we're gonna use this. It's a little shorter, but that's fine. I don't care. It's just an outro. Guitar. Outro, and then we'll put it at that blue, really light blue color. There it is. So that is what the song will be for now. You'll probably hear this song on Friday at the Beatcast. That's where it'll be played. Originally, I was gonna do everything in Koala, which I brought the sample over. I started making a song with it, but I hated it. I'll be honest, it was terrible. And I couldn't get everything to line up the way I wanted it. So this was cool that I went back in because I changed the tempo and did a bunch of stuff so it'll sound different. Um, and then I may still add more to it or change it again. Who knows? I'm just indecisive sometimes when it comes to how I want this to be. One thing is, once you lock in what you got, you could move this up. You could change it to like this color and then get rid of. This is nice to consolidate a little bit. Can't do that with the Trillium bass because we're using a slide effect here versus the actual bass. Drum pockets, this is some a sample. I could drop these in, but I'm not. And the ample sound guitars by itself. I think this is good. 96. We're gonna go ahead and collect and save again. Think we're where we want to be. I do like the bridge better. And then that should be it, I think, on this song. I'll think about other ways. I would love to find some vocal stuff. It'd be fun to try messing around with some vocals, but I haven't figured that out yet. So we'll see. This has been a fun live. Appreciate each and every one of you stepping in. Crazy Rabbit, OU NV7HR. Thank you for your question. What genre is this? Because I still don't know. And then loading shorts. Appreciate you too. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully, something from my live here has helped you to kind of think of maybe something you could do to improve or expand or add to your workflow. And this is not the style of music I normally make. So I'm really just trying something out. It's fun to explore and experiment. That's how you learn and grow. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, I'm out.